Hey, Future Mariners. My name is Jocelyn Jorge. I am a graduate student at MCU. I was a double major in psychology and criminal justice. What I loved most about both those majors was the fact that I got a lot of exposure to the real world in a sense where psychology comes into the aspect as well as criminal justice. And they also helped me put a degree together. That way I can pursue my career path. So a couple of reasons why I chose MCU was because one, it was a small school setting in which I was super excited for because I came from a very big high school, so a small college setting is something that I was looking for. Not at first though. At first I was looking for a big school. Once I realized that that's not what I wanted, I definitely kind of went into my own ways to find a smaller school setting. I also used to play soccer here, so that is something that also brought me to this school. Our soccer team, as well as our athletic program in general, is amazing, so definitely check that out if you guys are interested. Staff member in specific that helped shape all of my years at MCU was a staff member named Kimberly Hernandez. She no longer works at the school, but she was part of the student life department in which I worked for a couple of years, so I got the chance and opportunity to work with her, and she had such a different view of life, not only in college itself but in general, so that definitely helped shape me 100%. Now, moving forward in my career path of choice, I have chosen to work for the probation department of LA County as a probation officer, and Marymount helped me not only to obtain my degree but also in the sense where the career services department, which is amazing, helped me get a lot of internships and a lot of practicums that taught me what it was to work in the real world, but also gave me a better idea of what I wanted to do. What I'm gonna miss most about MCU is not only the school in general, but my friends, going to all of the events. My roommates storming there was an amazing experience and something I'll never forget and always have in my heart. Remember, college passes by very quickly, so I hope you guys take full advantage of it. Best of luck in the rest of your years in college, and remember, go Mariners.
Hi, my name is Haley Marshall, and I am a senior at Marymount California University. I am a business marketing major. One of my favorite things about the business major is how my professors are able to relate what we learn in the textbook to actual career and job examples. A majority of my professors have worked in or are still working in the fields that they teach about, so they do an excellent job of relating the material to actual jobs and careers. I chose MCU because I love the tight-knit community feel and how interactive the learning style is. The average class size is 17 students to one professor, so you have the opportunity to really get to know your professors and classmates. One person at MCU that has meant a lot to me is Susie Martin in advising services. I transferred to MCU this past year, and Susie really helped schedule my classes and ensure that I was on the right track to graduate. I truly appreciate everything Susie has been able to do for me. My favorite extracurricular activity at MCU is playing softball. I am on the MCU women's softball team, and it's been an absolute blast playing and practicing with the girls. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. MCU has prepared me for my career in graduate studies by offering a ton of internships. The very first semester I was at MCU, I already had an internship set up and was getting field experience in business marketing. Our Center for Academic and Professional Success, otherwise known as CAPS, does an amazing job of placing students in internships and careers after college. Highly recommend utilizing their services. I will miss seeing my friends that I've made at MCU the most after graduation. MCU has such a family environment, so it will definitely be weird not being able to see or talk to my friends every day. But luckily with social media, I'll be able to keep in close contact with them.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric, and I'm a Marymount alum, and today I get to share my Marymount journey with you. I attended Marymount from 2011 to 2015, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in business with an emphasis in marketing and management. Initially, I chose Marymount as the place to go because it was the perfect distance from home, and I would be able to get some independence from my parents, but still close enough that if I wanted to go home on the weekends or if I needed anything, I was able to do so. I also chose Marymount because it had the perfect program. At the time, it was a 2-year college, and so I had decided to go, get my 8A, and then transfer to a 4-year university where I could continue pursuing my degree. Fast forward towards the end of my sophomore year, though, Marymount was completing its transition to a four-year university. And then just due to a lot of different factors, I ended up deciding to stay at Marymount because I felt that it would be the best choice for me to finish my academics and achieving my bachelor's degree. So where I find myself now, I am at Chalk Children's Hospital in Orange County. I'm the Assistant Director of Corporate Engagement. What that means is I work for the foundation arm of the hospital, and I do fundraising with corporate companies to help support all of our initiatives at the hospital. So my day-to-day seemed maybe a little bit different than everybody else's. I might start off with going into the office and returning some phone calls, checking some emails, doing some administrative work, and then walking over to the hospital to meet with Hello Kitty or an Angels player who have come to do some hospital visits and cheer up some of our kids. Then I might go back to the office and sit in a few meetings to strategize about some partners and how we might be able to get them to connect with us and do some fundraising and help support our cause. To then walk back over to the hospital and meet with prospective corporate partner and give them a tour of the hospital and show them everything that's happening behind the hospital doors and why they should get involved with us and why they should make a donation to help support everything that we're doing and to help support our kids in our community. And then I might go back to the office to do a little bit more of administrative tasks and then come back to the hospital that evening to be alongside our child life team and host a family night where one of our partners has come in to, donate the food that the families are going to be eating or the arts and crafts activities that they're going to be playing with. Or it might be completely different where I come into the office for the morning and do a little bit of administrative tasks, and then I leave to go visit our partners. One of my partners can be a retail company, and so I might be going to each individual store that's in Orange County and visiting them, saying hi to them, dropping off some things, dropping off some items, and saying thank you so much for supporting, building that relationship between the organization and the hospital so that their associates and their team is more willing to have that cause connection with the hospital and help us support all of our initiatives. So going back to my Marymount experience and just talking a little bit about the faculty and the staff that made a really big impact on my time there, I'd really have to say that some of the staff from Student Life, Kelly, Annie, Michaela, they all played a huge role in my experience in helping push me outside of my limits, really helping me become a better, more well-rounded student, but also helping me to be more of a leader, not just for myself, but also for the people around me. And so that was really some of the people who really supported me throughout my journey. And then on an academic level, as Mike from the advising office, my time there, I was able to really build a really good relationship with him to the point where I was able to just drop into his office without an appointment and have a full-on conversation about anything random, just how my day was going, or if I was having trouble with class, planning for the next semester. He was really one of those people who supported me throughout my entire journey. And, he helped me with when I wanted to go study abroad. I was having a lot of hurdles because I wanted to go as a senior. And so he really sat with me with the dean of the business program and with advising to really devise a plan for me to be able to go and have that experience without losing out on my academics. And then from the professor level, Art, one of the business professors, he was really one of my biggest cheerleaders and one of the people who really made my experience, because he helped me academically, but he also helped push me and helped me believe in myself, because he allowed me to see that I could do much more than I thought that I was capable of doing. And so those were just a few of the people who really helped me and supported me. One of my favorite memories from being a student at Marymount has to be the Lake County trip. So I talked a little bit about Marymount transitioning into a four-year university. And so when that was happening towards the end of my sophomore year, Marymount had actually purchased a campus at Lake County. And so they were getting ready to open it up. And that spring, they put together a group of students, some faculty, some staff to go up to the campus, meet some of the prospective students, meet with the community, and talk to them about who Marymount was and what our experiences had been. And so it was one of the most just thrilling and just fantastic times at Marymount, because I was able to bond with a lot of the different students, a lot of the friendships that I made on that trip. We're still friends today. We still stay in contact. And likewise with the faculty and with the staff, I was able to build this really big support system so that when I came back, that was actually one of the trips that influenced my decision to stay at Marymount through the end of my senior year, and really just continue through. As far as being involved on campus, I was heavily involved. It didn't start that way. My freshman year, I would just go to class and then go back to the dorms and call it a day. Outside of my roommates, that was really just everybody in my inner circle. And so I really wasn't having the college experience that I wanted. So I decided that I needed to get more involved. And that's when I went to Student Life and I met with Michaela and Annie. And so they both talked to me about student life and what they did and getting more involved. And eventually that led to becoming a desk team. And so working for the Student Life Center and planning some of the events that we did, selling movie tickets, checking out the equipment for the pool tables, all of that kind of stuff. It really helped me become a better leader, a better student. It helped me make more friends. And it allowed me to have more buy-in in my college experience, because I was able to voice my opinion amongst all the other students there, and really be able to make those connections with much more faculty, much more staff. And a lot of those are still my mentors today, and I still talk to them and I still go out to them for help, and they still respond back. So it really helped me. One of the other areas that I was involved in was SOS, and that's the student orientation staff, with helping plan new student orientation for new students. Once I had gotten involved, I really wanted to share that message of, the earlier on you get involved, the better experience you're going to have, the more friends you're going to make, the more opportunities that you're going to be given. And then I also did study abroad, as I mentioned. I did an internship, and then I was involved in a lot of clubs, Marymount events team, Latinos Unidos, just to name a few. All this to say, leading up to my final question and what advice I would have for any current students, I would say, you really have to push yourself. You really have to do more than what you think you're capable of. Go outside of the box, and don't constrain yourself because of fear. Fear is the one thing that keeps us from doing all of the things that we wanted to do. And so my biggest advice is to go out there, try new things, do new things. If you really want to have that best college experience, it doesn't matter where you are. You could be at the most expensive, most fancy or biggest school, or the smallest school ever. And you can still end up with a terrible experience because you didn't get yourself involved. You didn't try as much. And so my biggest advice is for you to go out there, try new things, get involved, because in the long run, the only thing that it's going to do is that it's going to make you have that great experience, and it's going to have you be a part of so many opportunities that when you look back on it, it just opens up so many doors. And you form all these different bonds and all these connections that you can continue to go back on as the years go by, and these people continue to be there for you. So that's all I have. So hopefully, there's any takeaways for you, and I wish you all, continue to stay well and stay safe.